I hope you're ready for the next 2.5 hours of extreme cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and packing motivation. Today's video is one long video of the last 5 weeks of work that I've done to get this house clean, packed up, and moved out. If you're in the middle of moving out of your home, then you know just how much work goes in to getting your home ready to sell, to organizing everything, decluttering and going through all of your stuff, to packing everything up, and then to the final clean. So if you really want to get motivated to do something, then you have to do something motivating. So even if you're not in the middle of moving, then you can still get something done today. If this is your first time coming to my channel, then welcome. Leave your name down below in the comments and say hi. And you are really in for it in the next couple of hours, and you clicked on the right video. Throughout each week that I'm making progress on getting the house decluttered, organized, and packed away, you'll hear week by week how stressful this process turned into. We are at the very end of building our new house, and there were things that were expected, like we knew we had to list our home. There were things that we weren't expecting, like how quickly we had to pack up and move out, where we had to go live, the things that happened in the places that we were temporarily living, and now we're on our final stretch. But when you really want something badly enough, then you'll go after it. There may be so many unexpected things that happen along the way, but at the end of the road, you're going to look back and know that it was worth it. Or was it? But after almost 4 years of y'all helping me transform this house into a home with every DIY project, with every handprint on the wall and slime on the rugs, with every bed that had to be made and the amount of clothes that had to be washed, with every single organization project and reorganization project, to every single Christmas tree that I've put up in my house, to the nursery transformations that we've brought in our babies home to. Thank you all for being a part of that with me, and not only transforming this home, but also transforming me personally. But in the end, there's always a goodbye and there's always a new beginning. But as always, I hope that you get some inspiration out of today's video, and let's not waste any more time and get started.
I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better. So much better.
Did you know that the average person spends 12,896 hours in their lifetime cleaning their home? This also translates to 1.5 years of your life, which you can boil down to a lot. You clean a lot. I got these statistics from an article and blog post on trapped.com. And while I'm doing lots of cleaning in my home today, I'll also share some more interesting facts. But if you're here for cleaning inspiration and motivation, you're in the right spot. Let's jump right in. First, let's talk about what's going on here, that we are about to move out of this house and we almost burnt the house down. Actually, my house stinks so bad, like burnt mac and cheese, and this is actually my fault. The kids were asking for mac and cheese, and I was just kind of distracted, and they're going, how long do I put it in for? And I even went and set the microwave for them, not realizing that there was no water in the mac and cheese. So anyway, in today's video, I will be cleaning the living room, the kitchen. I'll be trying to get the awful burnt smell out of the kitchen. Let's go ahead and close that cabinet. It's a little bit cluttered. And then I'll be giving y'all an update on our house. Our new house, this house, all the things that fell apart, and what we are doing next.
Oh, baby, good at thinking out loud, but not too good at
For all of you who continue to come back and support me, I appreciate y'all so much. I'm so glad you're back. And if you're new here, then welcome. I'm glad to have you in this community. I'll just catch you up a bit. In January, we decided to move. We've been in this house for almost 9 years, and I did say like in past videos that we were not going to move. And then all of a sudden, come December, I just decided that I wanted a different space, a more functional space, and I threw the idea out there to Chris, my husband. And at first he was like, no, we're not moving. And I was like, can we just please go look? And one of the things that got him on board was the neighborhood I wanted to move in. We do have friends in the neighborhood. So I convinced him to come look whenever I was like, well, we'll be close to so-and-so and so-and-so. So when we started looking, we did not have any luck. And at that point, we were just thinking about staying, like there was no reason to move. We were just kind of looking. And then we stumbled upon a home that was just about getting ready to get started, to get built. And we ended up moving forward with that house. So I had said in the past, I would never build again. It was one of the most stressful processes when moving into the home we are in now. But, after 9 years, I forgot of everything. And now I'm starting to have some of those memories come back and then not regret my decision, question all of my life decisions. If you have been in between the process of trying to sell and trying to buy at the same time, then you may understand a little bit where all of that stress plays in. Over the last several months, I have been preparing this home to get ready to sell. When you live in a home for over 9 years, you may have experienced this, is that sometimes you accumulate a lot of stuff, especially when your family starts growing, and it just becomes easier to just find a place for something than it is to get rid of. Not everyone, but at least for me. So we've been doing lots of decluttering, lots of cleaning, and in the last couple of weeks, we put our house on the market and we had a buyer the first day and everything was good. And that's where I left off in the last video update. After that point, everything seemed to fall through. The previous buyers, something happened with the financing, and we had to scramble and list the house again. Now, if you've ever had to list your home on the market with small kids, keep it clean, have people coming in and out of your home. You work from home. So, I'm driving like back and forth to different spots where I can get Wi-Fi. It is a bit stressful, or at least for me it was. So after losing a lot of time with the previous buyer, we were able to get another buyer, and the process has just been a little stressful. But long story short is that we will no longer be able to lease back our home and live in it until our new house is ready. So we kind of found out last minute that we have to move out within a 2-week time frame, which thankfully that buyer's letting us stay for 2 weeks while we get everything ready. We're going to be moving everything into storage. And then as of the day that I am doing this voiceover, I don't know where we're going. I do have a couple houses in mind that I'm looking to lease for a time period. And then we will just be, drifters. We'll just be going with the flow, living wherever. No, I'm just kidding. But we will be like on a vacation, and then we'll be living with my parents. We'll be staying in a rent. And then hopefully when our home closes, we will finally move in June. If it was just me and Chris, it would be a totally different story. But we have 3 small kids with us, so it makes it a bit more of a challenge. Also, the kids are still in school to the end of the year. So as much as I just want to pick up and just go to the beach and be like, let's just live on the beach for a month or something, I can't. I do have to finish out the rest of the school year, which makes it difficult because that means we have to stay close. So I remember 9 years ago thinking, I will never do this again. I will never sell a house, have to live somewhere. and then build a house. Like, it is so stressful. I'll never do it again. And then here I am going, I remember exactly why I said that. The good thing is that it is just temporary. All of this is a situation that I've created for myself, but it's temporary. And once it's over, I hope that it will all be worth it. For today, my goal is just to get the house cleaned up. In the next couple of videos, I will be packing lots of stuff into storage units, and then I'll also be packing for a month-long stay in various different places. So I'm trying to figure out, and if y'all have done this before, let me know the easiest process to do this, because I don't feel like packing all of my stuff in a suitcase for a month or two is gonna work. I'm thinking of getting like those big black storage bins, and then things like the entire pantry, right? I'll have to pack up and take wherever we go. All of our bathroom toiletries, a lot of clothes, because in between the stay, we'll be doing 2 different like trips, I guess you can say. So I'll not only need like my stuff that I'm going to need for months long, I'll also need stuff for vacation in between that time. So I am open to any advice from y'all's experiences, maybe, to make this process easier.
I'm staring through your window, looking up at the stars, up at the stars. I'm caught inside a loop where I can get to your heart, get to your heart.
So I am mopping / vacuuming our floors with a wet dry vac, and I accidentally mopped up or vacuumed up this little squish ball. I didn't think that it would actually pick it up, and now it's stuck in there, and I'm trying to figure out how to take the roller brush off, and I cannot get it out. But eventually I got it. It was just one of those days.
You gotta look into my eyes. Think twice before you let me go. My eyes are mirrors of my soul.
So of course, after I get it out, I'm like, this mop is so dirty. I have got to clean it up. And I'm not done mopping. Like, I'm just in the middle of this process. So I'm going to clean this whole thing out now that I see how dirty it is, and then finish up.
Look into my eyes. I'm dancing on the tables, trying my best to forget, best to forget. Ooh, then no one coming through the door. It's your silhouette, your silhouette. Oh, I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland, but I miss your hands and it's making me crazy. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. I'm dancing on the tables, trying my best to forget, best to forget. Ooh, and no one coming through the door. It's your silhouette, your silhouette. Oh, see how much I want it, see how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. That's how much I want it, that's how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes.
So circling back kind of to the beginning of this video, I was reading through an article that just talked about general house cleaning statistics, and it's a blog post on traft.com that is titled "The Most Interesting House Cleaning Statistic You Must Know." And there was another company called Lombardo Homes that released a study saying that 1,070 respondents between the ages of 18 and 79 said their most hated chore is cleaning and sanitizing bathrooms. So leave me a comment. Let me know what your least favorite household chore is. And mine is, in fact, cleaning and sanitizing bathrooms. When I went further into that study, it said that toilets are actually not the dirtiest spot in the home, but rather it is your floors and your toothbrush. Now, I personally did not need to know that. It said that your toilet may contain up to 300 particles of bacteria, while your toothbrush can contain more than 200,000 particles. Yikes. So anyway, I am using the pink stuff right now to try and clean out the smell in this microwave. So earlier I mentioned that the kids put a bowl of mac and cheese. I helped them basically set the timer, but did not realize that they didn't put water in there. I should have double checked and made sure there was water in there. And after like 3 minutes, they're like, it's really bright in there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's on fire. I immediately took the mac and cheese outside and I hosed it down, which is why it was outside. But you know, like when you have like burnt popcorn smell or any type of burnt food, it just like stinks up the entire house. So I had a lot of trouble getting the smell out of the microwave, even though the microwave looked clean, because again, it's pretty much a brand new microwave. It just smelled so bad. Over time, the smell has kind of gotten better because this happened at least a week or two ago, but I mean, we are moving, but hopefully the smell will be gone soon. Any tips or tricks for getting the smell out, please let me know. So another interesting thing in this article, and it says, according to a Cleaning Institute survey, that most people spend 2 to 4 hours cleaning their home every week. Let me know if y'all agree with that. Is that about where you are at cleaning your home? I think for me personally, I would say I'm closer to the higher end of that, probably 4, maybe even higher than that. But this could also probably depend on how many people live in your home. But here is another one. It says that an average of nearly 31% of couples argue about housework a minimum of once a week. What do y'all think about that? I would say for us personally, there is an element of argument about getting help with housework. And then to add to that one, let me know what y'all think about this. It says nearly 1 in 4 respondents to a specific survey agree that leaving dirty dishes out is the worst cleaning offense in a relationship. I would say that it would depend, that probably several years ago, yes. Or if I had just finished cleaning the kitchen and then there were dirty dishes left in the sink, I would probably be a little irritated by that. But I don't know. You guys let me know. I think between laundry and dishes, those are just the 2 main household chores that you just have to do all the time. So it would be one of those things. And then lastly, it says the average person deep cleans their home 5 times a month and cleans their home normally 7 times a month. So I guess they're saying a little more than once a week, which maybe sounds about right. Let me know about y'all.
Met before, it's the same as always, waiting at the airport with your coat and gloves, same time every winter, smiling time is standing still. When you lift your suitcase, turn around and say bye. Oh, I would be a fool not to ask you gently if you stay forever. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid. Oh, if I am a lucky man, I will see you again next year. If my wishes still come true, I will see you again next year. And my hopes stay down there. That it won't be too late. Oh, if I am a lucky man, I will.
So now that I know that we are going to be storing everything, and as I'm cleaning out this media table, I'm trying to decide what I want to still keep and take into the new house, or what I should leave and just like not have to deal with and not have to store. I got this desk on Wayfair, so it's kind of like fake wood, so it's peeling apart in the middle, but this was a Restoration Hardware dupe that I found, and I'm thinking that I might have to not take it. So we do have a big media table downstairs that I recently bought, and it's not going to fit in our living room. So I may have to put it in the playroom. As much as I don't want to put my nice piece of furniture in the playroom, I just don't have another spot for it. So that means I probably have to get rid of this. And then as we go through and start probably loading stuff in storage, I'll have to make some of those decisions as well. So after I posted that we are going to be moving, which wasn't the initial plan, I had a couple of questions, and some of y'all are kind of going through the same experience and wanted me to share in more detail. So I wasn't going to initially do it, but what happened actually when we listed our house again, and we could have not agreed to not do the lease back and stay and not have to move, but we are in a bit of a time crunch, and because the first buyer fell through, we don't really have time to go back and forth with other buyers and then have loans fall through and whatnot. So initially we had two offers, and one offer after the second time we've listed, one buyer wanted a bit of a discount. The other buyer wanted to pay over asking price, and they were moving in from a different state. And what happened was we kind of waited to get more information about that. And then they came in and they like FaceTimed the home and decided that they didn't want it, even though initially making this higher offer. So then we're like, there was a lot of in-between activities that happened between the point where we were just mentally exhausted with different buyers, different agents, things not following through, things that were promising that just weren't promising. And then now we're to the point where we just want to get this over with. So could we have relisted our home? We could have, and that was a decision that we had one day to make because we could have potentially lost our current buyer. So it was like a lot going on in one day. So that's why we did make the decision. Otherwise we could have relisted it, gone through the process again. And it's just, for those of you that are agents and that work in real estate, oh my gosh, I give you so much respect for having to deal with people back and forth. But at the end of the day, there were things that we could have done, but ultimately that was just the decision that we wanted to go with. It is certainly not worst case scenario. Worst case scenario would be that we weren't able to sell our house at all. Second to worst case scenario was this. We would get an offer, things would fall through, we'd just be, having to relist and then not being able to lease back, which just means that a buyer would ultimately buy your home and then give you the option to lease it back to you until you are ready to move out, which is what our first buyer initially was going to do. So we kind of weren't expecting this, but it's fine. We certainly knew that this was a possibility. And then best case scenario was that everything would just go smoothly. But does anything go smoothly? No. Okay. I don't want to come on here and be that way. So I have been a bit stressed and I have been struggling to stay positive, but at the end of the day, in the big scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. It's temporary. We have our health, we have our family together, and, we have people helping us. My number one thing that I just go back to over and over and over again is gratitude. Even though I would go buy the new house, we've been having issues with that too. And we're just like, is it worth it? I'm questioning my life right now, but it is to have gratitude. And it's been a struggle, but that is the only thing that is helping me not turn into a crazy person. Is we're so thankful that, we're getting this offer. We're so thankful that we're able to get this house. We're so thankful that our family can stay together. We're so thankful that we are going to find a place to go. And then just keeping one foot in front of the other. What is the next thing that I have to do? So on my list, find storage unit by this weekend, right? So it's just one thing at a time, one step at a time. And I know that I'm not the only one going through a stressful situation, but just take it one step at a time. In order to get to the promised land, we have to go through the desert.
Yeah, he sets my body in motion. He knows how to turn things up. And he knows what gets me going. Yeah, like a little text saying, hey, what's up? They look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us, thinking we are too much. Look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us. Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time?
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, cleaning along with me, helping me out here. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button. It's about to get crazy and fun at the same time. I'll see y'all next week.
Lights are shining bright. My friends are in the club, we'll go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel.
If you are getting ready to move, then you understand the struggles. In today's video, I am starting off by cleaning the downstairs, doing some laundry, and then I'm going to head upstairs and start packing up the closets and playroom. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Michelle, and you have joined my channel in the midst of chaos. We are building a new house that won't be ready until mid-June, but in the meantime, we do have to move out of this house completely and into an Airbnb. After living in this house for almost 9 years and bringing home 3 kids to it, we have acquired a lot of stuff, and the moving process has been extremely stressful. But in the next 3 videos, I'm going to show you how I strategize the whole moving process, which, believe me, was quite stressful. But it's pretty hard to pack when you have a dirty home, so I'm going to start cleaning the downstairs first before I move upstairs and start packing.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you. You and me so clueless.
So, based on feedback, I've had a lot of y'all comment that y'all are either also moving or y'all have some really good moving tips and advice. Someone had mentioned to check out a military family blog because military families do have to pick up and pack and go quite often than most. Also, to just pack small things of what you need. That way you're not hauling everything around. Now, what's interesting about our case is that we are not moving from one house to the next house. That would have been ideal, and that would have been what we wanted, except we sold our house sooner than when our new house is going to be ready. So in that case, the buyers did not let us fully lease back. They let us lease back and stay in the home for a little bit. And then we had to move out into an Airbnb. So we're staying in an Airbnb close to our house because our kids are still in school and I need to be close to our kids' school. Someone had recommended maybe getting an RV and trying to stay at an RV close to someone we know, but we don't really have anyone that we know who has an not an Airbnb, an RV that has property around. Now, we do plan on going and staying with my mom and my stepdad, but they do not live close to us. So we have to be close to school. And then whenever school gets out, then we'll move in with my mom and stepdad for a couple of weeks. In between that time, we also have 3 trips planned. 2 of them are just small weekend trips, like to the beach and stuff. And then we do have a week-long trip to Mexico during that whole time frame as well. And all of these trips were already planned because it's like the start of summer before we knew that this was going to happen. So trying to pack for what we need for a month and what we don't need and can store away for a month in between all of these moves was really difficult. Not only that, the whole decluttering process was very challenging too, because when I go and declutter and, post these videos, it's me kind of doing my stuff. And now that we have the whole family having to declutter, it's been challenging because Chris has been wanting to hold on to stuff. I want to get rid of it now. He wants to get rid of it like after we move into the new house. And it's just been a lot. And let me tell you that all of this stuff has stressed me out. Also, just to add another layer, the week before we moved out of this house, both Chris and Sailor got the flu. So they were home for 3 days and could not get up. And then right before that, Rye, my 1-year-old, got the stomach bug for 2 days. And when you're mom, you're just like, when your kids get sick and your family gets sick, you're just counting down the days. Like, when is it going to hit me? When is it going to hit me? And usually I always get sick when the rest of the family is sick, but somehow I managed to not get sick. And I don't know how that was possible. So I did do a lot of the house on my own. So we bought our house back in January. And after we sold our house, we had 2 weeks to move out. So we have known for a while that this was coming, and I tried my hardest to do lots of decluttering, and my whole goal with moving was that I was going to start upstairs and in closets first. The reason being is most of the time in closets, you don't need to use the stuff, so it doesn't matter if that's packed away for a while or not. So once I get the upstairs attics and closets and playroom completed, then I would work my way downstairs. Now, there are pros and cons to having a lot of time to pack up your stuff or knowing that your move is coming. And one of the pros is you have a long time. You have time to declutter, you have time to get organized, you have time to get rid of a lot of stuff before you have to actually move. And the bad thing is that you have a lot of time. And what ended up happening with us is that I felt like there were so many things that I couldn't do until last minute because we needed it until last minute that it drove me crazy. And I wish it would have been a little bit faster and we could just like rip the Band-Aid off and not drag this process on, which is basically what it seems like. But here's a clean kitchen. It feels less cluttered because I have gotten stuff off the cabinets and off of the counters, and it feels and looks cleaner. So I know in our new house, I'm going to try to keep it a little less crowded.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotions. Sometimes I'm the lightning, the one I pick a fight with. Everything seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you run on me leaving this mark? But baby, I'm the one who's breaking hearts, one who's breaking it. I said that I needed you, like a late night with someone that I knew. I just hope you won't get hurt. I just hope you've been through.
So I had a question from one of my previous videos, and they asked, how do you get motivated? Now, I assume this question is getting motivated to do something that you don't want to do, opposed to like doing something that you probably should do, like brush your teeth every day or, clean the house. If it's something that you probably should be doing, then I would say you need to develop some sort of routine. My definition of a routine is just a bunch of habits put together. Because once you do it enough in your routine, it becomes a habit, like waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth. Now, brushing my teeth isn't something I enjoy doing every day, but it's necessary, so I do it every day. This also goes for cleaning. I wouldn't say that I fall into a specific cleaning routine, but I do make it a habit to clean. Now, if it's finding motivation for something that you don't necessarily want to do, then there's a couple tips I can give you, because trust me, I didn't necessarily want to pack up this whole house. I had no idea how I was going to do it, and I was not super motivated to do it either. But the first thing I did was set some sort of goals in order to have a clear vision of what I want and need to accomplish. For example, if your goal is to lose weight, then you have to have a clear action plan of how you're going to accomplish it. For me, my goal was to pack up this entire house, and the first thing I did was have a clear vision, meaning I was going to start in all of the attics and all of the closets and pretty much work from top to bottom. So for example, the first thing, and what I'm doing here, is I'm going through all of the kids' clothes and either putting away all of the winter clothes that I'm not going to need to pack here eventually, and also getting rid of all of the clothes that don't fit. The next thing to do to help you get motivated is to pair the activity with something that you enjoy doing. You may already do this and not notice it. For example, whenever you are going to the gym, you put in your AirPods or your headset and you listen to music. Or when you're cleaning the house, you put on my YouTube videos. Just kidding. You put on YouTube, you put on music, you do whatever you need to do so that you can just get going. Same goes for whatever activity it is that you are trying to do. So for me, a lot of times when I listen to music, I'll go back and forth, but then you get you put it on some playlist and then you don't like the next song that's playing, and then you get distracted so much, or at least that happens to me, that I'm constantly being like, Alexa, change the station. Oh no, I like the song. I don't like the song. That I just put it on either a podcast or an audiobook that's like 45 minutes long, and I'm not stopping to skip. I'm just going through it and listening to it the whole time. So it's kind of like my time, or if you enjoy reading books and you listen to an audiobook, you can put on an audiobook and not be distracted by what it is you're trying to do. The next thing I would recommend doing, and at least that I did, was I did reward myself for the small efforts. So after each weekend of getting a bunch of stuff packed, even though it felt like it was never ending, and the more boxes that we brought out, because if you start like in the closets, you look around the house and you're like, it feels like I didn't accomplish anything. But in reality, you did. We would go out to dinner and celebrate. We would get a babysitter, go grab a margarita, and just kind of reward ourselves for what we had done. And another thing this could kind of fall under having a clear vision is to break it out into smaller pieces. So if it seems so overwhelming, which trust me, this whole house, the whole thing was overwhelming, is to break it up into smaller pieces. So like I said, I sectioned out one area at a time. I started in each closet, started from top and worked my way down to the bottom of the house, the downstairs. And then take breaks as you go. I'm not the type of person to go for like 8 hours straight. I will give you like a good 4 hours, if that, and then I'm like, I'm done for the day. I cannot focus on this. This is too much. It's time for me to take a break. And lastly, everyone has a time of day where you are most productive. I would say try to schedule in the activity in the time of day where you feel most productive. For example, for me, that is right in the morning. If you ask me to do something after 8 o'clock at night, I am pretty much brain fried and I cannot do anything. Some people thrive at night, and that's when they feel most productive. So figure out when the most productive time of day for you is and try to fit it in that time. Now, the top 3 things of why you may feel unmotivated is number 1, fear. Fear of failure, fear of just not knowing how to do it, fear of it not working out the way that you wanted it to, maybe fear of what people will think. And I will say for me personally, the only way to get over my fear of something is to actually take action to get started. Another thing that causes some to feel unmotivated is that you're setting the wrong goals. You may be setting goals that you feel are too easy, so you're not getting that sense of accomplishment, or you're setting goals that are too hard for the stage that you're in your life right now, or the season you're in right now. And then it causes you to feel discouraged. And by the way, I did create a goal getter guide. It helps you map out your goals. It helps you overcome your fears, set sustainable, realistic goals. I have that guide down below. It's completely free to download. All you got to do is put in your email address and then you'll get the guide emailed over to you for free. So if you're interested in that, then and you need some more clarity on your goals, then I do recommend it because I created it. And the last thing that keeps you unmotivated is that you have a lack of clarity. You don't know how to accomplish the goals. You don't know what to do next. You're not laser focused and completely sure what it is that you're actually trying to accomplish. This is why setting goals is so important. And this is why I'm a huge fan of priority lists over to-do lists. If you've ever heard me say that before, a priority list are the things that you have to do in the day that will drive you closer to the goal you want to accomplish. So hopefully that was helpful to get you motivated. I know that summer is right around the corner, and most of the time people set goals at the beginning of the year, not in the middle of the year. But trust me, it's never the right or wrong time to start creating new goals.
Going up, up, don't look down. No gravity when you're with me. Light years from home till I found you. A galaxy till I found you. A galaxy in front of me, going up above. Don't look down.
So it's definitely not a secret that we have a lot of clothes, and I like buying clothes and I like buying kids clothes. So my goal here was to get rid of everything that is too small for Rye and Savannah, and then usually all of Sailor's clothes get passed down to Savannah. So I hang on to those, and that is my donation pile for right now, putting all of everything in bags, and then I have friends that I give the clothes to. If you don't have the drawer storage organizers for clothes, it has been game changer. I originally got them, I saw it on a YouTube video when I first started YouTube in 2020, and I won't go back, because the way that we end up packing everything to take from location to location, wherever we're moving that week until we finally move into our house, I just pick up those drawer organizers and then place them in the bin. You'll see it in the next couple of videos, and if you're not subscribed, then subscribe so that you can see how it all plays out. But next, I'm just going to pack up. I have a little donation box there for all the books that I'm going to donate, and then I will pack the rest up in a box. And all of those will be stored for the next month, because we did get two large storage units. One is indoor for all of my nicer furniture, and then one is outdoor for everything else.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. You can. Baby, let your head down. Be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off. You don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down. Be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off. Don't hide it. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder.
So this room that I'm in now is Rye's room, and it used to be Savannah's. So we took Savannah home from the hospital, and it was a girl room, and then whenever we had Rye, it became a boy room, and we wallpapered the back wall, and it was kind of bittersweet. And since we had just done that, like within the last 2 years, or less than 2 years, probably a year and a half ago. Wait, how old is Rye? He'll be 2 in August. So around that time. It was kind of bittersweet because we had just put it together and I just loved the way the room looked. Now, in Rye's new room, I'm going to use all of the same stuff, except I don't know if I'm going to wallpaper or if I'm going to do like shiplap or board and batten on the walls. I'm not sure yet. So Chris does a lot of that and he's like, I have all of these ideas and he's like, Michelle, I don't have time to do any of this. And I'm like, okay, because I'm like, when we get in, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And all my ideas are just spinning. And he's like, no, too overwhelming. But eventually we are. I just don't know 100% how I'm going to do everything. I think I'm in the stage now where I am like, okay, let's get in the house and then I'll figure it all out. But the girls are each getting their own separate room, and Sailor is super excited and Savannah is not. She likes sharing a room with her sister. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to decorate their rooms as well. So any advice or anything that y'all have seen cute that I would like, send it my way and let me know. But thank y'all so much for watching today. This is where I'm ending today's video. It's not perfect, but there is a lot of progress that was made. And I will see you guys next week for a continuation.
Yeah, this is how it feels. 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 This is how. This is how it feels. Yeah, this is how it. Yeah, this is how it feels. Yeah, this is how. Yeah, this is how it feels. Yeah, this is how it. This is how.
So this is going to be a video where it's going to end up less clean than from where I started. Don't worry, there's definitely going to be some cleaning motivation in here, but if you're new here, you have just joined the middle of a series where we are packing up to move, and in today's video, not only am I going to have some kitchen cleaning motivation, I'm also going to pack up the kitchen. Y'all have also seen Piper in a ton of our videos, and if you know, she passed away a couple of weeks ago and we got her little paw print and her memorabilia back. Even though in this video I'm still packing up the house, I'm currently in our Airbnb right now before we head to the beach and then over to my mom and stepdad's house. But as we go to my parents' house in the next couple of days, you are not going to believe what just happened to their house. I'll keep you updated a little later on.
Shine on me, shine on me. Shine on me, shine on me. I've been going out of my head. I've been waiting for someone to give me help. All I'm asking for is just some space and some time, then I'll be alright. I've been having thoughts in my mind I can't get out. Tell me things I can't say myself. From you and nobody else. Everything is out of my sight. This is all so new to me. I can do it all in your way. Say all the things that you say. I can do it all in one night. When I go out.
So as I'm looking back on this video and at the windows, I've been meaning to ask y'all, for all of you who have window treatments, I'm trying to decide what to put in our new house. And I do have some pictures of our new house being built on my Instagram, Michelle O'Malley 711. There's like a story that just has the new house kind of being built. If you want a sneak peek, head over there. But I'm trying to decide if I want shutters, like plantation shutters. I know that those are very expensive and we have a lot of windows in our house, or if I want to put like motorized window shades. I don't think I'm going to do the exact same blinds that I have in this house. So I'm trying to decide. I've never had either. I've never had plantation shutters before, and I've never had like like motorized window treatments, the ones where you can like roll it up and down kind of shades. So if you have either of those, or you have like recommendations on window treatments, then feel free to give me all of the ideas in the comments below.
The things that you say, I can do it all in one night. When I go out, the light doesn't shine on me, I fade out. It's all so new to me, I need you, someone to show me the way. The light doesn't shine on me, I go out. The light doesn't shine on me, I fade out. It's all so new to me, I need you, someone to show me the way. The light doesn't shine on me. Shine on me, 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 shine on me.
Another thing that I plan on doing in the new house is looking at our pulls and knobs, basically the hardware for the kitchen cabinets. We are going to have a ton of kitchen cabinets, and I was watching a post from Chris Loves Julia, or I was just like scrolling through their Instagram channel, and they were talking about how whenever you select hardware, that it is really good to mix and match like 3, even 4 different hardware styles and types, whether you're doing knobs, pulls, latches. So I think that I'm overthinking this. Before, I was just going to put pulls on everything because they're so easy to just grab a pull and pull it, where here we have knobs and pulls. But now I am trying to get creative, I guess, and think about how I'm going to decorate the kitchen with the hardware that I'm going to select. If this is your first time here, then welcome. My name is Michelle, and I am a mom of 3. And back in January, we decided to move after about 9 years in this house. It'll be 9 years this July. And we are moving into our new house the middle of June. It is a new build house, but it is not a custom home. Although I am trying to customize it as much as I can to make it feel like a custom home. For example, in the kitchen, I'm going to have 2 different color, what is it called? Not cabinet. What is it called? Countertop. I can't think of the name. Okay, 2 different countertop colors. One is going to be like the perimeter of the kitchen. Countertop is going to be black, and the island countertop is going to be white with like a wood or maple cabinets, whereas the perimeter is going to be white cabinets. I'm going to have to put a picture up because that's kind of hard to explain. But, you know, when I was making all of these selections, for me, I'm just scrolling Pinterest and Instagram like it's nobody's business, looking for design style. So when I go to the design center and I start saying, I want to do this, and they're just like, you're crazy. I'm like, this is all over Pinterest. I guess because I'm trying to look for something not so cookie cutter, like every house is built exactly the same, and I'm trying to go for a more custom look. They probably thought I was like totally crazy, but I love decorating and designing. And what's really funny is when I started posting some pictures of the new house on Instagram, a couple of you reached out saying, I wonder how you're going to decorate for Christmas. And I was like, I was thinking the same thing. Our 12-foot tree probably won't fit in that house. I don't know how I'm going to make it work. So I'm going to have to really think about how I'm going to decorate for Christmas. I know that is 6 months away, but so many of y'all found me through my Christmas videos. So I'm going to have to get very creative this year. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know it is going to be amazing.
Yeah, he sets my body in motion. He knows how to turn things up. And he knows what gets me going. Yeah, like a little text saying, hey, what's up? Look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us, thinking we are too much. Look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us. Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? Yeah, he gets when I'm in a bad mood. Then he knows how to make it alright. Yeah, I get that he got a history, but I don't wanna think about no other than us. They look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us, thinking we are too much. Look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us. Why do I need to be good all the time? I'm wrapped around his finger, but he is mine. Don't care what they say, too late anyway. Why do I need to be good all the time? Nah, 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 no drama, yeah. Nah, 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 no drama, yeah, yeah. Nah, 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 no drama, yeah. Nah, 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 no drama.
So last week, or in the last video, I took down all of the pictures and I'm currently wrapping everything in bubble wrap. So we did hire movers to help us with everything, and that was like the best choice we made, but they did charge per hour. So if you get, stuff ready as much as possible for them, then it'll be less time that they're there. So I tried to wrap up everything that was upstairs. At the end of the day, all of the other big mirrors downstairs, I just didn't have time for. So I just let them go ahead and wrap and pack everything and store it in our storage. I know that a lot of y'all are in the same boat as me, meaning you're in the middle of moving. And first off, congratulations to all of y'all. And secondly, the way that I am structuring this whole move process is that I'm starting off in all of our attics and our closet. So I started off last week upstairs trying to pack away things that are going to go into a storage for a month long that we wouldn't need for a month, or that we wouldn't need as we are drifting from house to house, location to location before we actually get into our house. So my goal for today is to finish getting stuff from the upstairs downstairs so that we can take it to a storage unit. And also there is an attic upstairs. We actually have 3 different attics upstairs, which is crazy. But so I'm going to take all of this stuff downstairs, get it ready to pack and load into storage. This whole process has been way more stressful than what and how I could have ever imagined it, but I'm trying to stay grateful for every step of the way. I know that I've said this story before, and I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself, but because we have new people in every video, I'm just going to kind of give you a quick update about what initially happened. So we listed our house on the market to be able to sell before we moved into our new house, hoping that we would find a buyer who would give us a lease back, meaning that they would purchase the house, lease it back to us until our house was ready, so that we would only have to move once and we wouldn't have to move into a storage unit and find a place to live. Our first buyer, it was the perfect scenario. And in fact, in several of my videos, I just said, I can't believe that this is going so smoothly. And we have just found this perfect buyer in this perfect scenario. They're leasing it back until we move. And it was great. About 3 weeks into that process, some of the financing fell through and we ended up losing that buyer and had to get a different buyer. We had to relist our house and go through the whole process again. So when that happened, we had a little bit of in and outs with the second buyer. And initially there was an agreement to be able to lease back again, so we wouldn't have to move out. And then right as the option period was ending, that agreement they no longer wanted that. They wanted to move in a lot sooner. So we had two options. We could either put our house back on the market, or we could agree to move out sooner. So anyways, we agreed to just go ahead and move out sooner. And that gave us 2 weeks to pack up the house into a storage unit and find, a place to stay for the next month until our house was ready. Now, we could stay with my mom and stepdad, who do have plenty of room for a family of 5, but they don't live close by, and I needed to finish the girls' school year out. So I needed to find a place close by their school to where I could drive them to school every day. And then our plan was, after they were out of school, then I would go to my mom and stepdad's house, who would let us stay there until mid-June. So this is what we're doing, is moving everything into a storage unit. But in between the time where we moved out of our house and we're in this interim phase is what I'm in right now. We have an Airbnb for 2 weeks, moved to my parents for 2 weeks, but we also have 3 trips planned in between that time frame. So it was very difficult for me to figure out what to pack for. 2 of them are weekend trips, and then 1 trip is to Mexico. So we had all of this booked before we kind of knew that this was all going to happen. And originally we thought our house wasn't going to be ready until August, and they actually finished it earlier. So it all kind of hit at one time. So we are very grateful. There's no need to complain, but I think that there's just so many moving parts at one time that it has become a little overwhelming. So that's kind of just to catch y'all up on everything. And now I'll get to the most recent part. Like, I cannot make this stuff up, even if you ask me to. But we are almost ending our 2 weeks in our Airbnb. And last week we had, I actually didn't have internet for a whole week. It was just a chaotic, I was working from coffee shops. I was in and out trying to get the internet fixed because we had a minor storm on Monday. And secondly, it's not my house. So I'm I don't know, trying to work with the owner and getting everything. And then on that Thursday, we got internet back up that morning, Thursday morning. So I was out from Monday to Thursday. And then we had another big storm kind of come through. And, the news is just kind of severe thunderstorm warning, until this time, kind of typical for our area. But they said this one might actually be pretty bad. So we kind of hunkered down that night. And even Savannah was getting a little nervous. And she's I just want to go back to our other house. And it was so sweet. It was sad because I'm I'm sorry, honey, we don't own that house anymore. But I was just but it's okay. It's, it's raining at that house too, if it makes you feel any better. And then, what I do is I check on my mom and my sister, make sure everyone's good. And my mom texts back and is it is not good over here. And I'm oh my gosh, what do you mean it's not good? We're coming to come stay with you in 4 days. What is not good? Please, is everyone okay? So she texts me back and says, our outside is destroyed. So I'm in shock. And when you text and you just send a message everyone good, and you just automatically expect everyone to be yep, we're good. And when it wasn't, I was what? What do you mean it's not good? So if you're in the Houston area, you probably know what storm I'm talking about. But, the storm is still going on. So I'm are y'all okay? Can you send me pictures? And she said, I think our house or our street got hit by a tornado. So keep in mind, we're not in the Midwest. We have tornadoes, but they're just not it's almost they don't really hit you. They could happen, but they just don't happen to you. So, we were hit by a tornado a couple years ago, if you remember that story. But so I ended up asking her, to send me pictures, and it was pretty destructive. I'll put some pictures here up on the screen. I did ask if I could share these, and they said that it was okay. So this was a picture taken the night of the storm, just looking outside on the backyard patio. And then here is a picture of what their backyard looks like the next morning. Now, keep in mind, no one was hurt. We don't personally know anyone that was hurt. So, obviously just thankful that everyone was safe. But here is a picture of what the street looked like. I don't know if this was their street or if it was a next street over, but it was just a complete mess for all of them and the neighbors. And this is where we're headed to stay in the next couple of days. And then here is one last quick picture before they started all of the cleanup efforts. Now, there's power lines that run through their backyard. So there was like power lines in their pool. There was a gas leak. It was pretty nuts. And Chris, who actually used to work for the gas company, kind of told them what they needed to do that night. And then Chris now owns a landscaping company, so he was able to help go and cut up trees and help with a lot of the cleanup effort. So I am doing this voiceover 7 days after that storm hit, and they are still there. The neighborhood or their street, I don't know, is still without power. So 7 days without power in 90-degree temperatures just don't really sit well. So a lot of the people in the neighborhood have left. My mom and stepdad do have a generator. So right now they are basically living off of a generator, and I just hope that they get power back before we have to go stay with them. And very blessed that they have a generator, but there are limitations. Like she said, you can't do laundry and have the microwave going at the same time, or you can't have something in the oven and then heat up the microwave. So there's just things that they need to kind of adjust. Or they also said the dryer doesn't fully dry. There's just not enough power, but there's enough to keep them, keep the lights on and keep the AC running. But anyway, it's just so crazy. Again, we're all very blessed, but just the fact that we never stay with them, and just to have this arranged to stay with them and this happen is just, like I said, I can't make this stuff up. So just continuing the cleanup effort, and just glad everyone was okay. And if you're familiar with what happened, then I really hope that you managed through the storm and are good as well. But in the meantime, here we're going to start packing up the kitchen. I got these special packing boxes. It took me a minute to figure out how to use them for glasses in particular. So I'm going to work on that and then work on the kitchen.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you. You and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep, and you wanted
So my plan for whenever I packed was that I wanted to do all of the packing myself, because that way I could also go through things as I'm packing them and start getting rid of stuff and try to only pack the things that I would need for the new house. And in theory, that sounds like the greatest idea of all time. But what was happening was, we had 2 weeks, which was a good amount of time to like go through stuff. But it was becoming so overwhelming. I wouldn't let anyone help me. And then I would go through things and then I would question it. And then it was taking me so long. So by the last couple of days before we had to move out, I was like, I need help. And I had a group of girlfriends come over one night and they just helped me pack the whole rest of the kitchen. And I was like, kind of like, ugh, because I'm like, I don't know. I want to go through that. I want to see if I want to get rid of it. I want to see. And we're like, nope, we don't have time for that. Just pack everything. So that's what ended up having to happen for a lot of these drawers and a lot of this stuff, was because I realized, one, I can't do it all on my own. As much as I wanted to do it all, as much as I wanted to have like the perfect video and like all of this decluttering done and like only bring in the right stuff that I need, it was so mentally challenging, so much, so little time, so much to do, that I ended up just needing help. And I just needed to get over myself and say, pack everything up. And we'll have more time when we move into the new house to go through it than we do now. Now we have to be out as soon as possible. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm, let's say, a perfectionist, but I do struggle with wanting it done right and wanting it done right the first time, so I don't have to go back and redo things. And what happens when you kind of have that trait, and I'm sure a lot of people do that, is that you just procrastinate, right? Because you're like, I'm not going to do it until I can do it right. And that's kind of what happened, what I'm kind of talking about throughout this move process, is that I wanted to be the one to do it all because I wanted to do it done right so that I wouldn't have to move into the house and do it that way. But the problem is that it causes you to either be slow action taker or it causes you to not take action at all. And as we all know, when you don't take action, you don't make any progress. And what's the point of having it done right if there's no progress that's being made? So here's your little quick reminder to just get over it and take action today.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team. True vest. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fireside. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bruh. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 singing like, whoa, oh, SOS, oh, please fill my cup. A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive.
So as I'm watching this back, I'm thinking to myself how stressful it all was and how I had this plan of how I was going to slowly pack away stuff I don't need for a while and then just pack a few pairs of clothes with us and have this plan to where this transition phase was going to be so smooth and, you know, somewhat easy. And I realized that none of this ended up being easy and none of it really went exactly the way I wanted it to go to make it a smooth transition. I remember so long ago, I was listening to this talk from Tony Robbins and it kind of stuck in my head. And it was like, why are people so unhappy? And his answer was like, because things didn't go according to your blueprint. And your blueprint is basically like your expectation in life. You have this like big, massive blueprint mapped out. And when things don't go according to that is when people either fall ungrateful or they become unhappy. And I keep thinking to myself, this whole process didn't go the way I planned it. I wanted everything to go smoothly. I wanted to pack only the things we needed. I didn't want to bring so much stuff. I wanted to declutter more. I wanted to do all of these things the right way according to the plan I had in my head. And I had all these expectations and it didn't go that way. And that's probably why I feel so stressed and so out of control. So I remember that speech back and I remember someone asked like, well, what happens when it doesn't go the way you planned it? And he said, you change your blueprint. So that's exactly what you have to do. You have to change your expectations. Change your game plan, change your blueprint, and create a new one. So here you have it. I wish I could have had the most inspirational, motivating video where I could have told you exactly what to pack, how to pack it, how to move with ease. And I can't do any of that. But I do have all of you to thank for encouraging us through the process.
Hey, I've been dreaming about you.
So here's where we're ending for the day. If you're not subscribed already, then please subscribe and join this amazing community and family. Next week, I'll be packing up our closets. And until then, I will see y'all next week. The cleaning and packing is getting serious in today's video. We have so much to get done, and one of the main goals of today's video is to pack what we are going to take and live in an Airbnb for the next month. I picked up a few organization items from Amazon that I hoped to make the move smooth and easy. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle, and to give you a quick update, we purchased a house, a new build. It's not ready yet, but in the meantime, we've sold this house. So our goal is to get out as fast as possible and put everything in storage, live in between an Airbnb house, my parents' house, and we have 3 trips all within the month that we are technically homeless. So if you have a lot to get done today, whether it's cleaning, getting more organized, packing to move, I hope this video motivates you in some way. We didn't expect it to happen this way all at once, but here we are. But let's go ahead and get started with the cleaning. So also to give you an idea of what's going on, the last 2 weeks that we were supposed to be out of our house, I filmed a ton. I filmed the whole process. I had so much content, knowing that I was not going to be filming in our Airbnb nor my mom and stepdad's house, but I am sitting here at my mom and stepdad's house. So the voiceover is current, but the filming happened a couple of weeks ago. In between the 2 weeks that we knew that we had to be out of the house, we had inspections, we had final walkthroughs, we had all sorts of stuff. So I was cleaning a lot during the process. So although it doesn't seem like it's that bad, I'm cleaning up so that the new buyer can come and either do the inspection or whatever it was that they needed to come and do at the time. We've packed up a lot so far, and for all of the minimalists out there who always say, the less you have, the less you have to maintain, it has been a lot easier to clean because we've had a lot of the stuff out already. So even with 3 kids, it's hard to keep it cleaned all the time. So that's why I'm doing a bit of a cleaning before I go to packing. In last week's video, I shared that my mom's house had gotten completely damaged, or at least the outside of the house. A tree did fall on the roof and there was some roof damage, but luckily no water leaked in or anything. But their outdoor was completely destroyed. I showed pictures in last week's video. And it happened just a couple of days before our whole family was headed over there to pretty much live for the next 2 weeks. Now, I can't complain because we have had places to go and places to stay, but with 3 small kids, 6 and under, it has been a bit of an adjustment for them to get used to. But luckily, it's all temporary and it will pass soon. Now, in today's video, I'm focusing a lot on this closet. Now, that is like a bag of cheese puffs or something that one of my kids brought in, probably Rye, my 1-year-old, brought in and just dumped the bag out in the closet. So I'm going to kind of pick up a bit, clean these little cheese puffs up. So once I get it cleaned up, then later on I'll head back in here with some boxes and figure out where to start.
You said that you needed me like a car
Now I'm using the Eureka cordless vacuum to vacuum the carpet upstairs, and that's what I also use to vacuum the carpet in the closet. But personally, I don't like using any type of cordless vacuums on heavy carpet. Like rugs, it's okay. I prefer to use my Shark plug-in vacuum, which is a non-cordless vacuum, but I do prefer to use all of my cordless vacuums on hardwoods or on rugs. Now that I am done cleaning, I am going to work on this small hall closet. I'm going to actually go through and declutter some of the jackets and then pack up everything else. I would have loved to do a lot more decluttering throughout the whole move process, and although I'm okay with the amount I did, I feel like at the end I was just rushed and I had to just start throwing everything in boxes and just get it all done. I realized after everything that the decluttering process slowed me down quite a bit. Some people can declutter fast, but I'm one of those more, let me just try it on, let me see if I really want it type decluttering people. And after a while, after it slowed me down a bit, I realized I'm gonna have to do a lot of decluttering after we move in. So let me know in the comments below, are you really good at decluttering? Like, can you make quick decisions and declutter fast? Or are you a little bit slower on letting go of things?
I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you run on me, leaving this mark? But baby, I'm the one who's breaking hearts, one who's breaking
So next over here is this little cabinet that was in our dining room, which was also my office at the time and was also the kids' coloring art area, I guess you could say. Since I'm not taking a lot of toys with us whenever we're in our 1 month of in between areas, I am going to take some of their coloring and art kits. And I saw this cool little box on Instagram somewhere, and it's from Amazon. And basically on the top you can add a bunch of markers, colors, crayons, stamps, just whatever type of art supplies you have. And then on the bottom you can have notebooks, coloring books, paper, anything you want on the bottom section. I like it because it's all part of one box and it separates everything, so it's just not a bunch of markers just thrown everywhere, and it's easy to move. I actually wish I would have bought 2 of them, one for all of my office stuff, because now that I come to think of it, I have SD cards, camera cards, chargers, just things that and then I have my planner books and all sorts of things. I feel like I could probably also use this to organize some of my office stuff as well. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not just for kids, but you can get creative with it. So I'm just going to organize this and get it ready to go.
you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever, forever. With you, everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
So this has been a hit for sure. It's all organized, and most importantly for us, it's easy to move. So next, I'm going to come back to the closet and spend a lot of time here. I'm going to start packing up all of my winter clothes, and then I'm going to start going through all of the clothes that I think I'm going to need for the next month, and then pack everything up in a box. Or should I say boxes? And I do try to declutter a bit through the process.
I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking?
A new place, a new home. For a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by. Life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky, I found my way.
To put it in perspective, there was more than several occasions where I just didn't know what to do next. The whole process was overwhelming, to say the least, even with all of the plans that I had set to make it easy. But just to let you know, my plan was to start from all of the closets, like basically start in the attic. And we have multiple attics, so we started in the attics, cleaned all of that out, also worked in the garage, and then I went to from all of the upstairs closets, and I tried to get all of the upstairs completed, and then work my way downstairs, first starting again in all of the closets. But even though on paper that looks like a great plan and it looks easy, and it was, I guess you can say, a good plan, when I actually got to doing it, it was just like, oh my gosh, there's so much still, and I don't know where to start. I also realized that during the process of packing and then trying to declutter, I would just go out and then just randomly start cleaning, because I feel like cleaning is just habitual and it's just easy. You don't have to sit there and think, whereas moving and packing, there's just an extended mental stress to it that you don't get with cleaning, or at least I don't get with cleaning, because even though with cleaning, like, there's a lot to clean, I know what to do and how to do it. Whereas with packing, I try to know what to do and I try to know how to do it. I just get, or have gotten, overwhelmed easily, because it's like everything that you've ever owned, going through it all at once and under a time clock. So I did kind of jump around a lot, and then I'd have to go back to saying I need to go back to the closet and I need to focus on the closet, finish the closet before I go to the next room or area. But basically in this closet, my plan was to go through all the winter stuff and just pack away all the winter stuff. If I saw anything in there that I wanted to declutter, then I would go ahead and declutter it.
I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders and closed off. That's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. Riding on the dizzying heights. Felt like nothing could stop us. Sunsets, remember the colors. They were wrong, it was way more than a dream. We climbed up, yeah, over the hillside. So right, we stood there all wide-eyed. You and I floated on air in my mind. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. I'm standing on the dizzying heights.
So, you know, when people try and tell you things that you already know about yourself, like I have a lot of clothes. I like going into my closet and just shopping through almost like it's a store, and then I can just pick out whatever I want. And I like shopping, and I like having a lot of choices for every occasion. Now, I've gone through and done tons of decluttering recently, but in the past, I will just admit that I never would declutter my clothes. I just never thought there was a reason to declutter my clothes unless I ran out of hangers, because there could always be an occasion that pops up where I would need an outfit. Whenever I would originally post decluttering videos, I would always get very self-conscious because there would always be people who would like make me feel guilty for having a lot of clothes, and I just never decluttered. It was never a habit. It was never anything that I just went through all the time and just decluttered my clothes. It was just like, okay, they're in there. If it fits in my closet, then I don't see a need to. I would only start getting rid of stuff when I would run out of hangers. And then I started slowly decluttering and realized, oh, it's actually kind of more difficult for me to declutter than I thought it would be. So clothes has always been my big thing, but I've gotten better at it. I've definitely gotten better and started getting into the habit of going through clothes and not feeling guilty for having a lot of clothes, but also not feeling guilty for getting rid of clothes. It wasn't like I just went in one day and just got rid of everything and it just felt great. It was like I had to start slow, and I had to like get rid of stuff knowing I would never wear it again. And then if I ever had one of those occasions pop up, then I'm sure that there was something in there. Or if I needed to buy something for that one occasion, then I could. But that mindset would help me not feel guilty to get rid of clothes, which is what I would often feel. But I was also having a conversation with someone about different generations and the availability and accessibility of items that we have today that we didn't always have back then. As far as like today, we can just order anything we want online and have it on our doorstep the same day if we needed to. Obviously, back then we didn't have that. So I feel like that also may have shaped some of our habits, that we felt like if we didn't get it then and there, then we couldn't get it for a long time. So therefore we needed to keep it or hang on to it. Or the way you grew up around things, or the idea is that you want more for your money. So we're always looking for a sale. We're always looking for a deal. That way we can always buy more for less money. I feel like I would fall into that trap a lot. I feel like a long time ago when I posted a decluttering video, I had a lot of comments like about my money, like I must be broke because I have all these clothes, when in fact it's like the opposite, because you can get a shirt for $3 nowadays. So it's like I can get 3 shirts for $10 if I order from, this website, or I'm looking for the best deal, get more for my money, and therefore I buy more of it. So I wish it was easy enough to just go to someone and say, get rid of all your stuff. And it's just not that easy, because there's a lot of different habits that you have to change in order to be more minimal. But in reality, it's really all up to you individually and how much it even bothers you. And I can tell you that it bothers me when I'm moving.
Let me tell you this, let me tell you right now, your exquisite kiss still burning. Didn't know I missed this passion in life. Now I'm addicted somehow. Let me tell you what is up with your smile? It's impossible, not melting, irresistible. When I look through your eyes, not even sky's the limit. I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface. Now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see so much farther. Beyond the horizon. Beyond the horizon. I'm a butterfly who has only begun, taking me a while to get it. Had to live and cry to appreciate life.
So next I'm moving on to our bedroom that turned into an office, and I'm going to work on cleaning out this closet. Now, luckily I did do a big declutter in here about a year or two ago, and then I also organized it. But even then, it still feels like a lot, but it's a lot easier than what it was before.
Make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see so much farther. Beyond the horizon.
All the kids found all of their old pictures and our old pictures, so they're just going through past times.
And let me tell you what I found. Leaving everything behind, knowing there is more in life that I want. Now I wanna embrace life.
Okay, so I'm just going to admit that I am pretty good at throwing and hosting parties. So we would go all out, including this giant Elsa and Anna cardboard cutout for past birthday parties. But now that the girls are a little bit over Elsa and Anna, I'm kind of disappointed in that. I'm just going to have to go and get rid of some of this stuff. But for those of you who have kids, I wanted to ask, and leave me a comment below, at what age do you stop birthday parties? I feel like we would go all out on birthday parties, and nowadays they're just so expensive. And as much as I want to keep throwing them, this year we're just going to I asked, the girls if they want to just go to the beach, or if they just want to go somewhere on a little weekend getaway, or do something special instead of have an actual birthday party. And they're okay with that, which, Sailor's going to be 7. Savannah's going to be 5, but I'm also trying to avoid it for Rye. And I'm like, man, and he's going to be 2. So I'm like, I feel like I still need to throw him a birthday party, or have birthday parties for him, since he's never gotten that experience yet, even though I'm over birthday parties. But anyway, at what age did you stop throwing big birthday parties for your kids?
I'm staring through your window, looking up at the stars, up at the stars. I'm caught inside a loop where I can get to your heart, get to your heart. Ooh, you're letting your fears take hold, let them take control, and it's making me crazy. If you could only look at me, you know how I feel, know how I feel. Oh, see how much I want it, see how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. That's how much I want it, that's how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. Think twice before you let me go. My eyes are mirrors of my soul. See how much I want it, see how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. Look into, look into, look into, look into, look into, look into, look into my eyes. Look into, look into, look into, look into, look into, look into, look into my eyes. I'm dancing on the tables, trying my best to forget, best to forget. Ooh, and no one coming through the door is your silhouette, your silhouette. Oh, I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland, but I miss your hands and it's making me crazy. Look into.
So I've made some progress in this closet and in this room overall. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I also have a huge declutter pile over here that I plan on taking to Goodwill. And then I've already started a pile down here that is going to be everything that we're slowly taking to storage before the movers come. So I am back in the primary closet for another day. As much as I just wanted to go to a different area, I have to finish this area. And now I'm packing up all of Chris's clothes. I've had him kind of go through some of his stuff, and I'm just going to start packing it up for him.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that
So one of the things that I felt like was going to be helpful while we moved from different locations, like I mentioned before, we're moving into an Airbnb for 2 weeks so our kids can finish school. In between those 2 weeks, I had a girls trip, and then we had a 3-night stay in Galveston with a friend, and then we're headed over to my mom and stepdad's house, and then we're headed to Mexico for a week, and then we're headed back to my mom and stepdad's house, and then we will finally move. So in between all of our different moves, I got these packing cubes and also these like packing hanging, what are they called? Hanging racks? I don't know. Basically those things. And I tried to bring as much stuff, like try to bring not a lot of stuff in our month-long transition phase, but I had so many different things to pack for that I ended up bringing more clothes than I probably needed. But oh well, these things have made it super helpful. And I also bought these extra large moving bags. And basically, these are like the best thing ever for moving, because all of our drawers, all of the kids' drawers and my drawers in particular, I have drawer organizer bins. So those drawer organizer bins fit perfectly in these moving cubes. They're big, they have plenty of space, and surprisingly, the handles haven't ripped from the amount of stuff that I've packed into these moving cubes. So this has kept our clothes pretty organized throughout the whole transition process. And as we were ready to finally move, I was going to like store away a bunch of the kids' clothes in all of their drawers, but I decided just to bring everyone's clothes. So basically, each kid has their own packing cube, and then all of these drawer organizers I just put in there. We did have access to washer and dryer, but not all the time. And what I mean is, like, during our Airbnb stay for 2 weeks, we did. You know, when we're at the beach, we really didn't. And then whenever we were moving to my mom's house, her washing machine broke in the storm. So it was just kind of a nightmare. So I'm actually glad that I ended up just packing all the clothes instead of just bringing like a couple of outfits, because we would have had to do a lot more washing than I would have wanted to. These things were also great for like weekend trips. I feel like we just, instead of like lugging a suitcase, each kid just got their own drawer organizer. All of their stuff was in there. I had 3 of theirs and then 1 of mine, and then I just lugged that big old thing as a suitcase kind of whenever we stayed at the beach. So they have been multi-useful. But thank you guys so much for watching and coming on this journey with me. Next week, the house will be completely empty, and it's the last video in this house. So be sure to subscribe if you're not already, so that way you don't miss it. And I will see y'all next week.
Heading to Vegas in my blue striped car. She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah.
I thought cleaning an empty house would be easy, but I was wrong. There was so much hidden dirt and dust. But we finally finished up and are completely out of this house. The movers just finished packing and loading up all the furniture, so in today's video, I am going to be cleaning the entire empty house. And I have to do it pretty fast, so if you are in need of some motivation today, then you clicked on the right video. Sadly, this is the last video in this house, and the only way that I can describe this move is that it's been chaotic. So the house is emptied out, and I'm going to start cleaning up everything upstairs before I head downstairs. I am obsessed with my light fixtures, so we actually took the light fixtures down and we put up the light fixtures that the house came with. So I'm going to use those in the bedrooms in the new house. I'm also going to take down all of the curtains and then get started here in the upstairs bathroom. Luckily, we don't use this bathroom a whole lot, so it was easy to clean and get started with.
Thinking about the way that you know me. No one ever cared like you care for me. You're such a bright star in the dark space. Babe, it never worked out with the others. All we ever did was fight, and at one point I would never thought that I would meet someone like you. This time it's all different. You got every little string on me. The way you make me feel is crazy. so fly, you got me like, my, my, my. You got me like, oh, my, my, my. You got me like, there's no other than you now, babe. Nah, 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 'cause you got me like, oh, my, my, my. Like, oh my God, don't let anyone hold you down just because you are shining way more than the other could. Oh, oh. And the best part is that you're still so humble about it. 'Cause you know it's important. This time it's all different. You got every little string on me.
So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle, and just to get you up to speed, we bought a new house. It was a new build, so it's taken a little over 6 months to build, and we are now on the final stretch. We ended up having to move out of this house before our new house was ready. So in that in-between process, we have bounced back to a couple different places, staying in an Airbnb, going on a couple weekend trips, staying with my parents, going on a week-long vacation, and then when we head back home, then our house will be ready to move into. But in the meantime, we have packed up everything and put it all into a storage unit. I still have gotten a couple of questions about why we decided to move. And to be honest with you, there's not just one specific reason. We just have been in this house for almost 9 years. And within that time, we've had 3 kids that are 6 and under right now. And although we have like enough space here and we have done so much to this house to really make it a home, we're just kind of ready for the next chapter. We didn't like have any intention or plan on moving. One day I just like came home from a friend's house and got this crazy idea that we need to move. And I think one of the main reasons is because I wanted a space that functioned a lot better for the family we have. So we bought this house knowing that we would grow into it with kids, and although we love this house, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful home that we love, there's just certain things that I wish were different. Like we want a bigger backyard, we wanted a 3-car garage, we wanted to have a breakfast area where we're not, eating on our island and I have like a little kids table in the middle of the living room, just like small stuff like that over time, I just wanted a house that functioned well for what we have and the family. When I first told Chris that I wanted to move, he was like, no, you're crazy. 1, we have a great interest rate, right? Why would we move in these times? And 2, we have no reason to move. I just kind of talked him into looking, and I said, if there's a house that we fall in love with, would you be open to moving? But if there isn't anything out there, then you're right, we have no reason to move. So we started looking actually, it was my birthday. It was December 28th. So that's how I got him to come and look at houses with me, because I was like, we'll just look as my birthday present. I love looking at decor and new houses and stuff like that. So we went looking at new builds, and I actually said I never wanted to build a house again because the process is so stressful. We've built 2 houses in the past, including this one, and I wanted to find like an inventory home that was either almost done or was already done. We started looking, and there was one specific neighborhood that we had in mind because we have a lot of friends there. We liked the community, we liked the area, and I convinced him to come out and look with me. Well, we did not find an inventory home that we liked, but of course the builders, they start talking to you and try to get you to buy a house, and we started looking at building again. And of course, all the past stuff all flies out the window. You don't think about the stress you went through when you did a new build. We did have to move out of our house for 4 months. That was before we had kids in order to get into this house. But, all of that went out the window, and then we started the new build process. However, for 2 or 3 weeks, we could not find a house that we liked on a lot that we liked because there wasn't a lot of lots available. So we actually were about to just give up and just be like, it's not meant to be, until we stumbled across another builder and they had started an inventory home, but it hadn't broken ground yet. So we kind of worked out some of the numbers and we ended up moving forward with it. So we were able to go to the design center and design the home, but we weren't allowed to change anything structural. So we weren't allowed to change the elevation, the brick, the colors they picked on the outside, because that was all already approved before we bought the house. So we kind of tried to time the market correctly to sell this house in time, and it worked out great. My biggest fear was that we weren't going to sell in time, when in fact we did sell. We did have a buyer fall through, and then we had a second buyer, and that is what I am getting this house cleaned up and ready for.
It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's a 24-karat dream. No supermodel in my dirty jeans, but in my 24 inches heels. I am not pretending I'm born like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care, yeah.
So behind the furniture, when everything's picked up, you always find bugs and stuff. I think that's a moth or something I have to clean up. But as far as the vacuum that I'm using, this is an old Shark vacuum that I literally bought from Costco 10 plus years ago, and it still works wonders. The handle kind of broke a little bit, so I have it taped up, so I can't use the handheld part, but I recently saw at Costco that they have, it's probably an updated version of this vacuum, but that they have it at Costco. So it's the Shark something, and I love it. It works great, and it's a great price. So in this house, all of our upstairs is carpet, as well as the closets. We did have our downstairs bedroom was carpet at 1.2, and we ended up ripping all of that out and tiling it. That's what kind of became the office area. And in our new house, we debated whether just to do wood throughout the whole house and not do carpet at all. But both of the girls had personally requested fluffy carpet in their bedrooms. So we ended up doing carpet in all three of the kids' bedrooms. And then we have like this, it's a game room, or it's like a movie room / playroom. We're going to turn it into a playroom. And it's kind of off the kitchen area in our new house, and I wanted to put wood in there, and Chris wanted to put carpet in there. So I don't know. So for movie rooms, what do you guys suggest? Carpet or wood or hardwood or like hard floors, tile, whatever it is. We ended up going with carpet, but we picked out like a really, I don't know how to explain the carpet. It's like not fluffy carpet. So I guess anyway, it might be better because I think the sound, sometimes the sound in offices and areas with hardwoods gets loud. So hopefully it'll all look good. I do plan on sharing an empty house tour video. So mostly all of my videos are some sort of cleaning, organizing, and doing like tons of stuff. But I will just share like a tour of the empty house either in next week's video or the following week's video. So if you're not subscribed, then be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss it. If there's anything specific you want to see in the new house, like specific organization or unpacking or anything like that, then let me know in the comments below, because I don't know how long it's going to take me and how much or what I'm going to film yet. So I would love to get y'all's recommendations, so that way I can create videos that y'all want to see. A few of the first things that I plan on getting when we move in is an outdoor dining table set, because our living room like looks straight. We have sliding glass doors that look straight onto the patio, so it's almost like an extension of the house. So I'm going to be looking to get some patio furniture. I'm going to be looking to get a new dining table, and I'm going to be looking to get some new rugs because I've basically thrown out every single rug that we own. And then I also need hardware for all of the kitchen cabinets because we decided to just get our own hardware and not have the builder do any of that. And then we need like window treatments. So I asked y'all in a recent video if you liked, I was thinking about doing plantation shutters, but a lot of y'all said that they get super dusty and you don't like them. So that was interesting. I thought most people would like them. Well, there was some responses that y'all liked them, but so now I'm just going to think about either getting like some sort of shades or just to go ahead and do plantation shutters in a couple of the rooms. But anyway, those are all of the things that I'm looking to do once we get in. I know it's probably been a while since I've said this, but a lot of the cleaning products that I use are non-toxic. So I am kind of an 80% non-toxic, and then 20% is just, whatever I can find. So whenever we redid this entire bathroom, we did use, we have marble floors and the granite countertops, and then our whole shower is also marble as well. So you do have to use like specific products on marble because of the type of stone it is, and it's a lot bigger upkeep. So just there's certain products that I have to use on certain things, but for the most part I use non-toxic. So mainly I use a lot of the Method products. I'm using here all of the Blue Land products. I also have all the Jaws products, but mostly I would say I use majority Method and Blue Land most recently. If you have a favorite non-toxic cleaner, let me know what it is in the comments below.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up our love friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long, and sing along to every song.
So I have to admit that usually I am constantly listening to motivating podcasts or reading some sort of, or listening to an Audible book or something inspiring. And these last couple of weeks, I've just been in such a big funk because, you know, while we're in our in-between process, it's just thrown me off of my whole schedule, and I've overcommitted to so many things, and it's been wonderful that we have a place to stay and we're on this kind of mini adventure, but it's also thrown me off a bit. I feel like whenever I go through times of stress, I find myself complaining a lot. Like I said, I recently went on a girls' trip, and I'm sitting there having a conversation and going, I don't know why I'm complaining about this while I'm sitting here on the lake. Like, I just have to take a step back and know that I know we're going through this weird transition, and the kids are they're doing okay. But like Rye, my 1-year-old, is having a hard time adjusting. So he's kind of like not sleeping well either. So they're, you know, on top of everything that's kind of went on. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm sitting here complaining about things while I'm having a great time here with y'all. So I have to keep reminding myself to just take a step back and just be grateful that I get to have this experience. But as I'm doing this voiceover part, I'm trying to think about like what inspiring message do I have today, because I just feel so uninspired myself. But I am reading back on some notes that I took from a couple of months ago, and it was about how to be happy. And this is what I wrote down, so I don't know where exactly I heard it from, but it said, if you want something good to happen, then you have to engage in it. And if you want to feel motivated, then you have to do something motivating. And if you want to feel loved, then you have to give it first. So if you want to be happy, you're the one that's going to have to take that first step and make it happen. It's usually never easy. So when I had the bright idea to move, in my mind, the steps are so simple, right? List this house, purchase new house. But I never imagined that I would be going through this entire process. And in fact, if you told me this was going to all happen this way, then I probably would have never done it. But I know once we get in the house, I won't regret it for a single minute. But ultimately, if you want something to change, then you're going to have to make it happen.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you, wanna see you smile? Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that you have something on your mind right now. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dancing till it feels alright, all night. We're all about the good vibes, all about the good vibes. I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright, all night. We're all about the good vibes, all about the good vibes.
So one thing I would have changed about this process is I would have hired a cleaning person to come and clean the house on the last day. I know I have a cleaning channel, but let me tell you how exhausted I was on this day. I could like barely move. I was so tired and I just wanted to be out. I wanted to focus on getting the rest of the stuff out instead of spending hours cleaning. I didn't think that it was going to take me that long or be that hard because the house was empty. But I mean, you're cleaning every single shelf, drawer, cabinet, sink, like just like so much extra stuff that you didn't think about. And then all the extra dust accumulation. It just ended up being exhausting and taking me longer than what I thought. Now that it's over, it's fine, but I do remember on this day highly regretting it. So on Saturday is the day that we actually hired all of the movers to move everything out, and then that was the day that I focused on the upstairs, and then on Sunday was the day that we were to be out of the house that night, and we were moving into our Airbnb. So I basically we had like just a lot of, like when they move all the big furniture out, there's still just a bunch of knick-knacky stuff just laying around everywhere. I feel like that I needed to focus on like figuring out what to do with all that stuff, getting it out instead of spending hours cleaning. But anyway, it's fine. But if I did do it again, I would have just hired cleaners.
Met before, it's the same as always, waiting at the airport with your coat and gloves, same time every winter, smiling like you knew me. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid. Time is standing still when you lift your suitcase, turn around and say bye. Oh, I would be a fool not to ask you gently if you stay forever. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid.
All right, y'all, thank you so much for supporting me all these years in this house. I'm going to miss it so much, but I'm excited for a new adventure. I'll see you all next week.